Astrology time, and it's the 4th of July. Happy 4th of July, everybody. It's Independence Day here in the United States. If you're elsewhere in the world, well, I hope you have a happy 4th of July. It's a Saturday, so let's go. The void of course moon in Aquarius enters Pisces at 2:30 in the morning. All right, so now we get some imagination on fire, some emotions, some memories, some of that nice stuff, right? So let's talk about this, okay? Mars is conjunct Uranus, so that is going to that's going to give us a very specific warning. Don't play with fireworks, okay? They're huge here in the United States. Just don't do it, okay? Now, it can go wrong, especially if you're trying to use a phone or take a video of you doing something. Yeah, it's going to be, like a wicked awesome video or something like that, right? No, that's not going to happen. Don't play games because Darwin always wins. Now, the moon in Pisces is square both of those planets today. What planets? Mars and Uranus, because that's where the moon is at. So, square Mars and Uranus. We've got Mars and Uranus in Gemini, the moon in Pisces, and Pisces, both mutable signs, right? Mutable signs are kind of an agreeable energy, but being square, keep your head about you. Just don't do silly things under the influence of anything, is particularly substances and stuff like that, because that's how accidents happen. Now, not only not only should you not do it, but I can also add that I told you so as well. Okay, so don't do it. Don't take chances, especially if you've been drinking, and also don't do it if just don't play with fire. That's not a very good idea anyway. So. And if something happens, told you so. But trust me, nobody here is going to be that silly, and you will be the warning system, right? You'll be that, no, please don't do that. All right, so look, questionable actions should give way towards some crazy insights into what will make things pop for you in a creative application. That's right, this is our creative phase of the weekend now, right? We did the nuts and bolts phase last couple days, and now we're getting into the creative stuff, right? So, look, after that, after the moon squares Mars and Uranus, the only thing that should be set on fire is your creative imagination, okay? This is portal-like energy. Now, and I don't say that lightly. The 7-4 adds up to 11, and you know what? That can only come from the master number, right? 11, right? Intuition and vision will guide your hand, right? You are being guided somewhere, and this is why you have to take it upon yourself to really trust that. And this is where Mercury retrograde is leading us, right? This is our big takeaway from this whole retrograde period, and this is that first step. So now, will you take this path? The path that's offered to you right now. And today's keyword is guidance. So, and it comes from within. It doesn't come without. The without is just the mood for it, right? The within is where we are, where we're actually doing learning and doing the work. Now, the color is a diaphanous blue, like a veil being removed from our eyes. Gauzy, thin. So the Cancer season has potential. This is when the apples on the trees begin to grow. I saw some today. I can't believe that. All right, so the normal 3D is on set it and forget it mode, okay? And that's all right, because it's the weekend. It's a big weekend in some places, right? There's games going on. There's all sorts of stuff going on, right? And look, just at the end of this holiday period here in the United States, just set it and forget it. Our projects have been on the back burner lately, and now it's time to give them a little bit of TLC and pull those creative projects forward, or whatever it is you're thinking of working on, right? If it's an old project, even better, because that's what retrograde likes, and that's what Cancer likes, and that's what the moon in Pisces, quite honestly, likes, is that nostalgia. It's those memories. It's those long-term memories, the core memories that we grow up with, right? Yeah, and we just want to make sure they're not the Chiron memories, right? And those Chiron memories can be dealt by doing this kind of therapy, right? Because what we're really doing is we're trying to give our thoughts and ideas and everything like that a little bit of traction, a little bit of financial traction, a little bit of practical traction. So, let's look at it this way. For some, this is not an option, but it's a necessity, right? We have to create out of necessity. So The strange fruits of our imagination, look, they're a different story, okay? Uranus and Mars are lighting up the communication sector, the comms sector, right? Almost Star Trek-y, right? But Mercury is still retrograde. So, this is the truth, okay? And this is what you really need to know. This could still be done, but it just takes a little bit more time, right? Don't throw money away and don't go chasing bad dreams with money, because that's not going to go well. But to get your words out there and get your words together and stuff like that and have conversations with people, it can be done, but it's going to take time. That's the retrograde kicking in, right? Now, guard against diversions today and listen to your inner voice and move in that direction. Alcohol is only going to dehydrate you today, okay? Focus on your health and stay out of direct sunlight unless you are adequately protected. Really, get used to listening to your guides. And honestly, solar flares, they're peppering our planet. So, some people are going to get tinnitus, some people get headaches and the like. Just be aware of that, okay? Just if you're feeling a little headachy or a little, foggy or something like that, there's a lot of activity that's happening, radio blackouts and stuff like that from the solar flares. July 1st was a huge one, right? And then they've just been M-class ever since. M-class flares still have an effect. So, and look, this is going to feel woo, but you got to get in touch with your silence at some point, okay? You got to light candles. You got to make an incense offering. You got to ask your guides how to use the rapidly morphing energy that today is supplying us with. Just find a quiet spot. You can do it, okay? If you're doing family things, that's cool too, though, Just keep everyone safe and make sure you bring extra bug spray in case somebody forgets it. So, on this date in 1826, Thomas Jefferson and John Adams both die on the same day, on the 50th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. President John Quincy Adams calls this is visible and palpable remarks of divine favor. Them both passing away on the same day. John Quincy Adams, of course, his son. And then our birth is James Anthony Bailey. He's born in 1847, and he died in 1906. He is the guy who's an American circus ringmaster and showman. That's where Barnum and Bailey comes from. Now defunct, but a memory for some, right? Going back to those summer times, right? Memories, the circus and down the trains, all that stuff, right? Born in Detroit, Michigan, and they still used to travel with those trains. I saw them at TD Garden not too long ago before they went out. And that is all I have for you. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate and love every single one of you. Have a happy day. Stay safe, please. And like I said, just go easy on substances and stuff like that. You are enough. And that is all I have for you. Let's recap, shall we? Our color is diaphanous blue, that gauzy veil blue, the blue, whatever you want to call it. And then, a mesh. There's a certain word for it, but I forget it. And even if I did remember it, I'd probably butcher it anyway. And our keyword is guidance. Today is a 7. Happy astrocatting.